Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well today. Just wanted to kind of let you know. So I started a new job. I had orientation out in Ohio on March 27th. So I was out there for a couple days. Then after that, I went home. And then the next week, I came back to Ohio. And at the time, my over the road trainer was out in California. So while he was out in California, what I did, I went ahead and I was set up with a local driver to do training. And it was actually a really good time. What was nice, it was a day cab, it was a manual transmission. So I'm used to that in my car. And for me personally, it's a little easier for me to back up a manual because you can work the clutch. And I'm not really used to an automatic, to be quite honest with you. So that part was nice. And he taught me how to properly float the gears, things like that. And it was basically a pretty even, a pretty easy trip to do. So we basically did the same trip twice a day. So I would meet him at 6 in the morning at the yard. We would take the bobtail, drive it over to pick up our trailer. Our trailer was over at another company, and we'd get there. The trailer would be full in the morning, so we'd do the pre-trip, then drive over there, connect the trailer, make sure everything's working, all the lights, everything's connected. It was still dark in the morning when we were there, and we would head out to two drop-off slash pickups. And so what they would do, we get there, we pull into the alley. They would unload some items, load some items back on there, and then we'd go to our second stop where they would unload, and then they would put other items on there, and then we would go to the same place where we originally picked up the trailer, and we would drop off the items there, and we would be empty. Then once we were emptied, we would drive back to those same locations, load up the trucks, and essentially we would finish back at the same place we picked up the trailer. So what was nice is it felt very nice. It was very easy ride. Um, Not a lot going on. Keep in mind, my company is based out of Ohio, and we're kind of out in the cornfields there. So it's a pretty easy ride. You do have some small towns you got to go through. People are pretty friendly too, so if they see a truck coming and turning, they'll usually keep their distance to allow you to make the turns, which is nice, which you're really not going to get in cities, especially not in a place like Chicago, where people will essentially just pull up at or before the line and basically have a piss matching contest. So the nice thing is people are very friendly. People let you through. Um, So that was nice, and I did that for 4 days while my over the road trainer was out in California at the time, and he was making his way back. And with the local runs, one thing that I guess was good or bad was that we had basically a couple-hour break from when we uh, dropped off our trailer, or sorry, from when we dropped off our loads. So basically, after the first two stops, we'd go in, we'd drop off. Sometimes they had a break, so if we were there earlier than 8 o'clock, at 8:15, they would stop working, and we'd have to wait till 8:30, which not a big deal. But after that, we'd get back to our next drop off location or sorry, our pickup location, and we couldn't do anything until 12:30. So if we got there at 10 in the morning, we're sitting there for nearly 2.5 hours waiting because they can't load us until 12:30, 12:15 maybe if you're lucky. So during that time, what I would do, we'd relax, get some lunch. I'd also practice my backing. So I'm definitely thankful that I had the opportunity to practice backing and do that. I would drive basically the second leg, while the first leg was done by the trainer who did the local runs himself. So he would get in the truck, bobtail, drive it over to pick up the trailer. He would drive to the first stop, pick up and drop off, then the second location, and then he would drive it back to the same place we picked up the trailer to let it get unloaded. Then once we were unloaded, I would go ahead and I would do the same exact thing, drive to those locations, and then go ahead and drive to the final drop off, detach the trailer, and basically drive back to the yard. So I did that for 4 days while I was waiting for my over the road trainer to come in. So it was definitely a great opportunity. I was super exhausted though, to be honest with you. Um, Basically every day I came back and I would immediately go to the hotel and just knock out. Usually took a nap, and it was early mornings for me. I'd be up at 4:30 getting ready, plus I have to drive 30 minutes to get to to get there by 6 o'clock. So it was just a lot going on, but it was definitely a great learning experience. Taught me a lot. It was a manual transmission, so that was something that I was used to. My car is a manual transmission, and for me, backing is easier in a manual transmission because you can work the clutch. Um, so that was one thing that I did enjoy, was the fact that it was a 10 speed and not an automatic. And so once I was done with the trainer doing the local runs, and my over the road trainer came back, I went out with him, and I've been on the road since, man, it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks, I want to say. It's been a little bit. I'm already losing track of time, to be honest with you. And so in my next video, I'm going to go over how that's been going on, how it's like living with another person in the vehicle, doing training and all that, and where I've gone and how my experience has been going. So stay tuned. I'll go ahead and post that video as well. So that will probably come out maybe a couple days or about a week after this one is posted. So stay tuned. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to like this video and feel free to subscribe. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.